They
But
need like sensitivity
it took us a
training
while
and a
to learn.
reform, man. Like really bad. But
Yeah.
Reggie. So
Okay.
um, Right Way Security is now
Okay.
head of security for Death Row Records, the most powerful hip hop record label in hip hop at the time. What were some of the biggest challenges, man, as far as like, um, protecting all these major stars like Snoop and the Dog Pound and Rage and all these people that were on there? What were some of the biggest challenges that you guys incurred as head of security for these people?
Yeah. Okay. So let me just explain. On an everyday basis, there was only two artists that had security with them every day,
Okay.
and that was pretty much Pop. Because Dre kind of broke away, and he was doing his own thing.
Hmm.
By the time I came around, Dre and their relationship was stagnant. It was
Okay.
mainly because he was on house arrest, to be honest. And so he, from a couple of incidents, I think the reckless driving,
Right.
maybe the combination with the deep war and slap and stuff like that. So anyway, he was pretty much on house arrest 94, 95, where he couldn't do much and probably didn't want to be around. So he was mainly working out with his own house and stuff like that.
Right.
Because he had an ankle bracelet on and all of that. But that's funny when both your CEOs have ankle bracelets on, huh? They got one on at some point too. But anyway, that show you what type of record label we're dealing with. But
Authentic, to say the least.
but that's funny. I never even thought about that this interview. That at one point both of them was on house arrest
That's
and
crazy.
had ankle bracelets on. But uh, but Dre, whenever he went out in public and stuff like that, he would call for a security guy or something like that. Um, but the main thing that was being secured at the time was like the studio, the office, and Dre and Snoop always constantly had not the Dre. I'm sorry, Tupac and Snoop had security on them. Daz, Corrupt, and Rage and all them, they never had security on them. Uh, Very rarely. Corrupt had some security on him when he got in a little trouble and he had to eventually go home. So for a little while he had security on him. But none of the other artists really had security on them.
Okay,
And
okay.
so those were the responsibilities. And it was just mainly just making sure people did what they were supposed to do. Security, therefore, he did pretty much give you the power, the last say so. If they said something, then the artists had to go by it. And then, but security knew if they did something or made a decision, they better get a hold of me. Because quite frankly, the way shit was moving, I was about the only one that pretty much can get to him at all times. Not even his personal assistants can really get to him because if he was doing something, usually I was with him and stuff. If he was in the club or on the dance floor or something like that, his personal assistant can get him. They'll call me. So I'll say, so security pretty much has the ultimate do it of them, but they get a hold of me and then Sugar and I'll talk about it, once it go down. Um, because I was generally with him, especially when he was out and about in the club or something like that. And I pretty much knew where he was at.
Right.
Other than that, it was really a simple chore as far as just everybody just stay in the line. Now, of course, when we go to clubs and go out and stuff like that, you always gonna have people to test you or test things just because of who we were. Uh, we was actually safer out of town than we were, on the West Coast or in town because of the gang activities and the stuff that was
Right.
going on. And plus, we knew how to roll when we went over to New York. We just have CLS limousines sitting outside the Four Seasons or the park house, the Nico's or the Extra house. It wasn't like we were hanging out in anybody's hoods or anything. So
Right.
we very rarely went to the tunnel or something like that unless it was just something major or big going on, which, pretty much the whole industry is there. And so it's not like if we came into town, we were just coming into town to do something. Sugar and I was at a certain point in our lives in 95, 96 when we were dealing with stuff with NBA and Taiwan. We were in New York probably at least 4, to 5 days a month,
Wow.
if not longer, dealing with stuff. So we went there, but it wasn't like we had Snoop or Pop or stuff like that with us. And so, you can move a little easier, because people didn't really know who the hell Suge Knight was until he got on the front cover of the New York Times magazine.
Yeah.
Even when he was on the source, people didn't realize or know who Suge was. It was when he got on the New York Times, and then he started promoting himself as Suge Knight and Death Row Records, because a lot of the incidents things happened this year was because people didn't know who the hell Suge Knight was. Death
Was
Row Record Company.
was that
And
a
Dr.
mistake in your
Dre.
opinion? You think that
Huh?
was a mistake in your opinion, like going from behind the scenes to like being in front of the camera? For Suge. In hindsight,
Uh, as far as as far as
because
okay,
his infamous quote was being
that
all
was
in the
just what did,
videos and all that shit. And then he kind of,
then he had to do it.
yeah,
And but then if yeah, and I hear what you're saying. It's a double-edged sword because
right.
that incident with the Stanley brothers wouldn't have happened if they knew who Suge Knight was. It wasn't like they were trying to diss him. They just figured he was just a nigga, big old nigga from the West Coast that or big old bodyguard that's trying to run straight shit. But we don't give a fuck about you.
Wait, what
We've
incident
been
you talking
dealing with
about? The
Dre.
shit in the studio?
Yeah, the studio with the two brothers.
The
They
dude with
was
New York
they
dudes or
when he
something,
told
right?
them, yeah, they was New York brothers. They was on some album that he was working on at that time. Was it that the Wrecking Crew or something like that?
Yeah.
It was, what
What?
but the main thing what I was saying is the only reason they were New York dudes. I'm sure they were credible dudes from where they grew up. I don't know much about the Stanley brothers, but my point to that was if they knew Suge Knight and knew he was partner and he was this big bad Suge Knight, who the hell Suge Knight was, they
Yeah.
probably would have just hung up the phone and got off the phone. But their whole thing was, we ain't getting off the phone. This punk ass nigga Dre that we've been dealing with in the studio, and we
And got
used to dealing with him, and we know how he is. Nigga, fuck you. We wait till Dre comes. Tell Dre to tell us to get off the phone.
But you know
That's
what? They
what really
deserve
went
that shit.
down.
You don't move like that out in the foreign land like that. Everybody knows that. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck where you at. You know what I mean? Like that's why they got their head stomped in. But
Yeah.
God bless
But my
them.
point is, but if they knew he was, but they probably did that because they
Right?
was
It would
used
have
to
been.
dealing with
Yeah.
Dre,
They
who was
wouldn't.
a
They wouldn't act
pastor
it up.
type dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because Dre is not for that. Dre, we can listen to him and listen to him. And I'm not shitting on Dre. Dre's a fucking billionaire, so how can
Yeah.
a broke
Yeah.
ass nigga like me be shit on Dre? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not trying to shit on Dre at all. I'm just trying to say that was his personality.
Right.
That was just who he was. And if I know that about you, I know how to deal with you. This is how I deal with you.
Right.
But now we got this big boogeyman or this guy Suge Knight behind me. If I knew, just like y'all knew about the Grills and Big D and all those dudes out there, you might have, Jimmy and all that, you might have not said that to. You might have been like, all right, they got off the phone. But we knew who those guys are, or y'all, on the East Coast know who those dudes are. Where out here, they didn't know who Suge was, so they didn't really care. And so my point is, once he got, he got known like that, then a lot of stuff he didn't have to. And I used to tell him, I said, you don't have to. A lot of this stuff you don't have to do and fight or put out this image because people gonna bow down just because of who you are and your
Right.
pride and your name.
You know what's
He was
interesting?